Every chicken in here represents one of the 48 countries in the real FIFA World Cup to simulate the entire tournament and find out which country will come out as the champion of the Chicken World Cup. The first challenge is the sprint maze.
Each group of 4 chickens will start right here and race their way across the field to reach the finish zone on the other side.
Before the game starts, lock in the country you are rooting for.
As you can see, we gave each chicken a leg ring with their country's flag. This way we prevent mix-ups and ensure fair play for the competitors. But only the top 2 chickens from each group, along with the 8 best third-place finishers across the tournament, will advance to the knockout stage.
Okay, Group A is ready to start the first ever Chicken World Cup. 3, 2, 1...
South Korea and South Africa are starting strong, but Mexico is coming as well. Oh my god, South Africa is turning back. What is South Korea going to do? It's turning back too! Oh my god, Mexico is taking the lead, going through the obstacle easily. And South Korea is still going back, so Mexico can chill for a bit. The Czech Republic is not doing anything, but South Africa is coming up.
Whoa, South Africa is playing at incredible pace right now.
South Africa goes through the maze like it's nothing and comes in first in the group. Meanwhile, Mexico passes South Korea and moves up to the second place. South Korea got absolutely smoked right there. And don't worry, I'm not talking about the grill. South Korea comes in third in the group with a not so good time of 2:49. So here's the final leaderboard. Canada is starting very strong in Group B. Neither Bosnia, Qatar, nor Switzerland is able to match their pace. But no, wait, Bosnia is! And passes Canada at the last second. Canada follows through and comes in second. And the Swiss chicken comes in third with a time of 1:27, which is already better than South Korea's time. Group C's big favorite, Brazil, is running through the maze in second.
Oh, absolute joga bonito from the Brazilian Coquinaldinho.
Haiti is following in second place but doesn't even come close. Scotland and Morocco didn't make it through the finish line, and we can't sit here all day waiting for them. They are eliminated. From this point on, the Chicken World Cup really started to heat up. Group D is all about the battle between the USA and Australia. And in the end, Australia easily secures the first place. In Group E, Germany completely dominates the competition. The battle between the other 3 countries is much closer, but in the end, Ecuador finishes second and Curaçao claims third place. Ivory Coast is eliminated from the tournament. But in Group G, something happened that absolutely nobody saw coming. But first, let's take a look at the highlights of Group F. The Netherlands, with the spirit of the Marco van Basten era, stormed through the course, finishing in first place. They are followed by Sweden, while Japan crosses the line in third place, but with a painful time. Okay, but what is happening in Group G? It seems like Egypt is leading the race, but wait! It turns around and joins the others. Everyone is being very calm and calculated, but Iran might take advantage of that. From last place, Iran passes everyone and moves into first. But wait, it turns around too. What's happening? In the final seconds, Iran decides to overtake everyone once again and crosses the finish line in the first place, just barely ahead of Egypt. At the end of the race, Belgium comes in third ahead of New Zealand. But after all that hesitation, they finish with a time of 3:14, the slowest time we have seen so far. In Group H, Uruguay snatches first place at the very last moment. They are followed by the surprise qualifier Cabo Verde. In Group I, surprisingly, Iraq takes the win, followed by France with a last-minute screamer, oh my god. Norway comes in third, but Senegal is eliminated. It was so close. In Group J, Chiclana Messi decides to turn around at the very last second, allowing Austria to come in first. And Algeria passes Argentina as well and finishes second, while Argentina ends up only in third, but with a pretty decent time of 1:17. Group K was highly anticipated as the Portuguese veteran Chicnaldo was finally taking the field. Despite all the attention, it is Congo that breaks away in the first place. Portugal manages to overtake Ghana and closely follows in second. Colombia still sneaks into third place with a time of 1:37, and we will see if that's enough to keep their hopes alive. In the final group showdown, England quickly breaks away onto the first place, and the others can barely keep up. Ghana tries to make a late push, but Croatia just manages to cross the line in the second place. Oh, what a drama we witnessed right at the end. And with that, the final teams have officially made it into the top 32. But there are still 8 spots left. So now it's time to find out which third place chickens had the fastest times. The chickens are getting nervous. Let's see who gets to move on. The 8 best third place countries are Argentina, Switzerland, Norway, Colombia, Ghana, Spain, Curacao, and Turkey. The others are eliminated. The remaining contenders are moving on to the next challenge, and trust me, you are not ready for that. Let's move on to the world's first Chicken World Cup stadium. The tension is through the roof. The grass has been freshly cut, our amazing sponsors' banners are lining the sides of the pitch, and the knockout stage is ready to begin. In this round, 2 chickens compete against each other. A cabbage is suspended above the center of the arena at a height of approximately 63 centimeters, which corresponds to Cristiano Ronaldo's famous heading height when scaled to chicken proportions. The first chicken to successfully head the cabbage advances to the next round, while the loser is eliminated from the tournament. The first game is Argentina versus South Africa. It seems like both of them are very calm and calculated. They are moving around the field, keeping their distance from the ball. Oh, Argentina might be getting more interested, but wait! South Africa makes a move too! Both of them are getting close, but who's gonna be the first to bite? It's Lionel Messi! Who else? The next match is a true derby. USA versus Canada. The question is, who wants it more? Oh, the USA makes an attacking move. It spots the ball, moves closer and heads it! The USA advances to the round of 16 and we say goodbye to Canada. Switzerland versus Germany looks like a tightly contested battle right now. Neither side wants to make the first move, but then Switzerland suddenly charges towards the ball and heads it first! What an elegant finish from an elegant looking chicken. The Turkey versus Iran match has been a complete mess so far. And I'm not just talking about the strange movement. It looks like the freshly cut pitch has become a victim of the battle as well. In the end, Iran somehow manages to get the job done and secure the win. The Netherlands versus Ecuador. We are expecting a very exciting match. Can the Netherlands defend their legacy? It qualified as a group winner and it looks very confident once again. And yes, they get the job done. Brazil versus Croatia. On paper, the favorite has to be the big black Brazilian cock. But wait a second! Oh my goodness, I can't believe it! Croatia pulls off a massive upset like it's 2018 all over again! France is simply much stronger than Australia. The field seems tilted in their favor, and yes, they comfortably secure the win. The atmosphere feels a little tense in the Uruguay-Colombia match and oh no! Uruguay bites! Who else, honestly? Not surprising at all. And it looks like Uruguay's aggressive style pays off. Is it coming home in the England versus Bosnia match? England seems to be the favorite, but surprises can always happen. But not this time! What a header from Raising Cane! In the Haiti versus Iraq showdown, who will come out on top? Neither side looks particularly confident, but wait! Haiti takes control under its wing. In the Mexico versus Austria match, one of these chickens looks a little more athletic than the other. I think Austria wasn't training. It's been eating Germknödel. Mexico advances, and there's no upset this time. We are seeing beautiful football from Congo. They finished top of their group ahead of Portugal, and this is another easy win. In the Ghana versus Sweden match, I think physical strength is going to make the difference. And that's not a problem for Zlatan Ibrahimovic. What an absolute legend! Egypt looks completely locked in. You can tell it's disappointed it only made it through a second in the group. It really wants to prove itself here and it does exactly that! Norway versus Cabo Verde, and it looks like we are witnessing an upset. I can't believe it. Cabo Verde in the round of 16. Who would have bet on that? Ladies and gentlemen, we have saved the biggest showdown for last. Spain and Portugal have faced each other many times before, and it always ends in drama. What will happen this time? I'm expecting a very close battle, but wait! Spain is trying to fly out of the stadium. That's against the rules and it's a yellow card. They really can't afford another one. I can't believe it! Spain receives a red card and is eliminated from the tournament. Oh my god, the round of 16 is set and we can already see who will be facing who. And they won't just be stepping onto the field. They will be running, kicking balls, and soon they will even be taking penalties. I know, it sounds unbelievable, but stick around because we still have to decide which 8 teams will make it through to the quarterfinals. First up in the round of 16, it's USA versus Argentina. For this challenge, 2 plates are placed in the center of the field, each containing exactly 10 pieces of corn. Once the match begins, both chickens must eat all the corn from their own plate as quickly as possible. The first chicken to finish every piece of corn in its plate wins the match and advances to the next round. Argentina is clearly the favorite, but the USA might have other ideas. At first, neither side really commits, but wait! It looks like the USA is finally making a move. Meanwhile, Argentina starts eating from the opponent's bowl. That's a clear yellow card. Players are only allowed to eat from their own plate. If a chicken eats corn from its opponent's plate, it receives a yellow card. A second offense results in a red card and immediate elimination from the tournament, meaning players must be careful not to steal from the opposition. And it doesn't stop! Argentina does it again, and that's a red card! It is sent off, and the USA advances. In the Iran vs Switzerland match, neither player hesitates for a single second. Oh my god, what a close battle, and Iran finishes just 2 pieces of corn ahead. They are through to the quarterfinals. Croatia versus the Netherlands. This could be a huge showdown, but oh my god, what is the Netherlands doing? It immediately starts eating from the opponent's bowl. And Croatia advances to the quarterfinals. Uruguay versus France. Maybe Uruguay has a slight edge when it comes to biting and they get the attack started, but France quickly catches up. What a pace they are setting, oh my god! Mbappe comes from behind and beats the opponent. Nobody expected Haiti to make it to the round of 16. In a pre-match interview, Mexico called this the dream draw. Let's see if they were right. And Haiti starts eating from the opponent's bowl. That's a yellow card. And again! That's a red card. Haiti sent off, and Mexico advances with ease. In the Congo vs England match, England gets off to a slow start, and Congo takes full advantage of it. Oh my god! The underdog defeats England! It's not coming home this time. Although at this point we are kind of used to that. Zlatan Ibrahimovic or Mohamed Salah. Who's it gonna be? Oh, and Ibrahimovic shows absolutely no mercy. He devours it in no time and sends his country through to the next round. What a solo performance. Portugal got a favorable draw as well, facing Cabo Verde in the round of 16. Ladies and gentlemen, we might be witnessing the final World Cup of the 41-year-old Chicknaldo. Millions are watching around the world cheering for this chicken and this chicken alone. One of the greatest players the game has ever seen could win a trophy for its country at the very end of its career. This is what makes football the best sport in the world. But wait, what is Cabo Verde doing? It is making a move! Chicknaldo completely misreads it, and Cabo Verde clears the ball and sends their country through to the quarterfinals! Sorry. Anyway, Cabo Verde advances. And just like that, we have our final 8 countries at this year's Chicken World Cup. It's time for the next round. To score in this challenge, a chicken must first perform a nutmeg on the goalkeeper by going between her legs. After completing the nutmeg, the player must continue forward and cross the goal line with at least 1 foot. The first chicken to successfully complete both actions wins the match and advances. Okay, the nutmeg itself doesn't provide any additional points. Players are required to show a little flair before scoring. First up, it's Iran versus the USA. Both teams still look a little hesitant, but they are pecking away diligently. It seems like Iran is actually faster, but it doesn't cross the goal line. Oh my god, they were completely level. USA got its foot over the line first! Up until recently, American fans didn't even know what football was, and now they are in the Final Four. Croatia and France are no strangers to each other, they already met in the 2018 World Cup final. Luka Modric and Mbappe know each other's game very well. It really looks like they are moving at exactly the same pace. But wait a second! Modric decides to forget about beautiful football. No dribbling, no tricks. He marches straight into the goal without hesitation. France, one of the favorites, is eliminated in the quarterfinals, and Croatia's World Cup dream lives on. I would say it's unbelievable that Congo is playing in the quarterfinals, but that would be a lie. They've been fantastic throughout the tournament, and once again, they look very composed. No unnecessary dribbling, they just head straight to the goal. But wait, it turns around. Interesting tactic. And now it's making another run toward the goal and it turns around again. What is this chicken doing? Does it even want to win? On the third attempt, it finally goes all the way to the goal, but Mexico wakes up too. This could be a close finish. Mexico is hesitating, but Congo still hasn't scored. Mexico just needs to walk it in, but no! It goes next to the goal, and Congo calmly steps over the line. Congo is a World Cup semi-finalist, ladies and gentlemen. In the Sweden vs Cabo Verde match, the jersey colors are unfortunately a little similar, but we will do our best to make it clear who's who during the broadcast. At first, both chickens wander around the field a bit, but it looks like the Swedish Ibrahimovic is making a move with Cabo Verde right on his wing. The tension is building and oh! Ibrahimovic pegs his opponent! That's an obvious yellow card, but the replay shows he actually pegged it twice. The referee only spotted one of them. What is this? Oh my god, get the referee some glasses, seriously. Anyway, Cabo Verde isn't backing up. It heads toward the goal but starts hesitating near the end. Meanwhile, Ibrahimovic nutmegs the goalkeeper. Now that's beautiful football right there. And it gets past Cabo Verde. What a drama we are seeing at the end of this match. Sweden steps into the goal and into the World Cup semi-finals. And ladies and gentlemen, that's what our Chicken World Cup semi-finals look like. A football is placed at the exact center of the field at the start of the match. A goal is scored whenever a chicken successfully moves the ball across the halfway line and into the opponent's half using any part of its body. The match lasts for 1 minute, or if the minute expires, until the first goal is scored. At the end of the match, the team with the ball in their own half is eliminated from the tournament. The underdog and the dog is meeting in the semi-final. I would say Zlatan Ibrahimovic is the favorite, but Congo has played with so much heart throughout the tournament that they have every chance of reaching the final. Congo marks its territory early and isn't backing down. But you can't win a match with a show of strength alone. The ball still hasn't moved. For a moment I thought Congo was about to score an own goal, but thankfully it was just a feint. But how will Sweden respond? Oh, okay, that might be a declaration of war. And what does Congo have to say to that? Oh my god, it misses by inches! Sweden is in real trouble right now because Congo is coming again. This is unbelievable. Congo is dominating the field, but the scoreline doesn't show it yet. I have a feeling that the first chicken to touch it will be the winner. It's an incredibly close battle and now Sweden is constantly making attempts too. But neither chicken has touched the ball yet, they are being very tactical. Sweden seems to stay calm. It moves closer to the ball and kicks it! Sweden takes the lead just before the end of the match. What a drama! Congo tries to turn it around in the final moments. It desperately pecks at the ball but only falls further behind. Sweden advances to the Chicken World Cup final. But who will face Sweden in the final? USA or Croatia? That is the biggest question of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Croatia puffs itself up. The USA isn't intimidated by that at all. And it takes the lead! Croatia immediately tries to get the ball back but can't make it happen. If they don't act fast, the USA is going to win this. Croatia tries everything to turn the match around but nothing seems to work. And the clock is running out. The USA advances to the Chicken World Cup final. This final is going to be crazy. You are not ready for it. But first, let's watch the bronze match between Congo and Croatia. Congo starts very strong. It really wants that third place. But Croatia has something to say about that as well, immediately closing in on the ball. Oh my god, they are playing with our nerves here. Right now, it looks like Croatia is controlling the match better. There's a shot written all over its movements. Yes! Croatia takes the lead! It's not a huge advantage yet. Congo kicks the ball the wrong way and sends it back into his own half. And with that, Croatia takes the third place. But now, let's move on to the Chicken World Cup final that everyone has been waiting for. The USA versus Sweden. And the final challenge is none other than a penalty shootout. To take a penalty, a chicken must pull a worm-covered rope attached to a launcher, which activates it and fires the ball toward the goal. The goal is defended by a goalkeeper chicken that continuously moves from left to right on the line. The player that successfully scores the penalty wins the match. If both chickens score or both chickens miss, another round of penalties is taken until a winner is determined. Sweden will take the first penalty. There are a few footballers calmer than Zlatan Ibrahimovic. But even this must be putting pressure on him. He gets one shot and everything could come down to this. He's carefully circling the launcher, trying to find the perfect moment to strike. It looks like he's finally making up his mind. All he has to do now is pull the rope at exactly the right moment, activating the ball. And he pulls it! Sweden misses! What a drama! The replay shows that the chicken misjudged the timing, which meant the ball was launched exactly when the goalkeeper reached the middle of the goal. That mistake could cost Sweden dearly. So the pressure is enormous on the USA now. But so is the opportunity to win the Chicken World Cup for their country. It knows it can't rush the shot. It has to find the perfect moment. You can already see it getting into its attacking stance. The entire stadium, along with millions watching around the world, falls completely silent as they wait for the strike. It's approaching the launcher. I think the penalty is coming any second now. Oh, and it pulls the rope unexpectedly! The ball rolls into the launcher and fires toward the goal! It spots the ball, moves closer and heads it! It looks like the USA is finally making a move. The USA got its foot over the line first, and it takes the lead! And goal! Goal, 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 goal! The USA wins the Chicken World Cup! Absolutely impossible for the goalkeeper to save. Who would have thought that one day the USA will be holding a World Cup trophy under its wing? Of course, it's also time for the award ceremony, where the USA can proudly lift this trophy, all while scratching around outdoors alongside the other chickens. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss similar videos in the future.